Hello everybody, welcome to the Rational Webcast with me, Nick, and him, Marty.
Hello, how are you? I'm Marty, and I'm in a sassy mood.
I'm in hysterics. He's in a sassy mood. I'm hyper for some reason. I've been eating too much chocolate. Today we're talking about EA's attempt at eSports. PlayStation VR becomes a reality for 2016. Steam accounts apparently aren't as secure as we'd like to think. Steam also, leaked some possible PC releases from their database, including Half-Life 3. Trolling. And possibly for Star Wars 1313 is making a comeback. So, Sassy Mart, why are you sassy? It wouldn't have anything to do with, I don't know, the corporate institution during Christmas time, would it?
I'm sassy because an unnamed electronics store, Curry's PC World, is shite. They fucked me over, and they will not hear the last of it. How about you?
I've eaten too much Galaxy chocolate, and now I'm a bit hyper.
That sounds like a very good place to be.
Yeah. So this might be a bit of a weird webcast this week.
Probably.
What do you think about EA launching an eSports division?
Couldn't give a damn. They're launching an eSports division. So what? Their best games are fucking Madden, FIFA, and some form of shooting game. They don't make decent shooting games. They make crap sports games. What have they got left, really? What can they do for you? Nothing. Who gives a crap? How about you, Nick?
Maybe they're going to bring a new site for esports where their esports division is actually going to be actual sports based. Because of, well, like you say, the NFL, Madden, whatever, FIFA. But that kind of doesn't speak to the gamers properly because, esports aren't real sports. That's the point. Esports esports can be whatever you want, whatever can be competitive.
I think that's the point. They've got to choose something which is competitive and preferably some form of, well, I mean, not necessarily, it doesn't have to be a team, but, teams help, teams work.
I mean,
teams
they're saying
make
that
things interesting.
They're saying that it's going to include Madden, NFL, FIFA, like you said, and Battlefield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that
kind of makes sense, but kind of makes me think they're just trying to big up their games, really, because Call of Duty has been dominant in the online kind of arena shooter type thing for a long time now, and maybe they're just kind of out. It's another advertising avenue.
But there's a massive difference with the two games. The two contrasting game genres that you just brought up there. You've got things like FIFA, Madden, and Battlefield, I suppose as well, that are poorly supported yearly games. They come out, they constantly have changes made to them every year, and they therefore change massively every year. Instead, you have something like, as
I
you
wouldn't say they
brought up
changed
there,
too much.
Pardon, sorry?
I wouldn't say they changed too much. Practically all the differences in those games they could do in DLC every year.
Well, yes, but they don't. They don't support their games, which is the point I'm trying to make. If you go instead to something like Counter-Strike, that stays the same. I mean, yes, you do have updates to it, but the basic game is always there.
Yeah, even the difference between the original Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike Go, there is not actually a massive difference. It's more just like a graphical update, really.
And they released that, 10 years after the first one?
And the rest.
They supported it for a massive amount of time, and allowed the community around it to grow and become its own entity. And EA don't do that. That is not EA's mandate. That's not how they work at all.
Counter-Strike is over 15 years old. It's getting on for almost 2 decades, because the original Counter-Strike, was made as a mod for the original Half-Life. Then when Half-Life 2 came out, they did a Counter-Strike Source, and now they've done CS:GO.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the basic gameplay and the basic implementation of it is exactly the same. Mm-hmm. And, you know, over that time, like you could say, yeah, there've been like 20 FIFA and NFL games over a course of 20 years because they're like a yearly thing. For Counter-Strike, it's been 3, and those have just basically been interface and graphical updates to go with the times.
Yeah, and then you look at things like League of Legends and Dota. Again, two massive eSports that have been looked after and cultivated over many years, and have earned their place in the world of eSports, have honed their games in the world of eSports. And yes, they do make updates, but they don't release the game again every year, because that wouldn't make sense for them, because they want to have a community that constantly challenges itself.
Well, yeah, like I say, I do think this is just another marketing ploy for EA to push their yearly updates. Like, oh, now you can play the this new one on the yearly thing. But that shows a fundamental misunderstanding of their audience and the people who want to watch esports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And let's face it, they're not going to have next year an esports competition of FIFA 15. It's going to be FIFA 16. You're going to have purchased the latest game in order to have any chance in that competition.
That's exactly my point. You know, they're like, join the competition, but you will have to buy the new game every single year if you want to do that. And there are some people that might do it. Other people will just get sick of the bloody thing. Mm-hmm. So it's all about money with EA. It's never about the gamers.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the sad thing is, if they thought about gamers first, then the money would come. That they do follow one another, strangely.
It's weird because they seem to be going a long way around in terms of trying to get their money. You know, they're pushing, really pushing to try and get us to give us our money. I can't talk. Whereas if they just provided a good service, then we would just happily give them our money.
Absolutely.
So it seems like they're making it harder for themselves. They always have been. I don't know.
And they just seem to get a kick out of closing any decent studios that they take on board. After they make them do ridiculous and questionable things.
Run them into the ground, then close them, sell off all the assets. Yeah.
Still not as bad as Konami.
Every week, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. If a game is published by EA that is innovative and good, you can guarantee that studio is going to be closed down pretty soon. And I'm not shitting on EA here. That's actually a noticeable trend.
Yeah. I mean, you only have to look at SimCity to see what they do.
SimCity used to be unique.
SimCity was superb. They purchased the studio that makes SimCity. They made them make a crappy game that had ridiculous DRM and systems that just didn't work, so they could shoehorn in just a farcical online multiplayer element that was unnecessary and completely counterproductive to the basic game, and then wondered why it didn't work. They should just go and eat cyanide. I really don't care anymore.
I think one of the biggest examples, especially for me, is Pandemic Studios. I loved the stuff by Pandemic. Mm-hmm. They made, I'm pretty sure they made, the original Battlefront. Mm-hmm. And it was superb. They also made Mercenaries 2 and Saboteur.
Yep.
And they were amazing.
I never played Saboteur.
It was actually really, really good.
I'd heard a lot of good things about it. It was one of those I'm kind of meant to go back to, but never did.
But right after the Saboteur came out, or during Saboteur's production, they said, okay, Pandemic's going to be closed. Mm-hmm. And there was no reason, really. there was a whole kick up about it because it's like, well, why close the studio? They're doing good things, and he was just like, oh, we're going to close them. There you go. Yeah, they made the original Army Men game, the Army Men RTS game even.
Oh, okay.
Which, if I remember rightly, that was pretty good. Full Spectrum Warrior, that was the one made for actual soldiers to practice combat scenarios. Star Wars Battlefront 2, which nobody needs to tell anybody, really critically acclaimed. Mercenaries, Playground Destruction, Destroy Humans 2, Mercenaries 2, Saboteur, those are the main ones. And then they got closed down. They were doing well, but that's just the point. This is just the point I'm trying to make, is all.
Mm-hmm.
I just loved Pandemic, and I'm pissed off that EA closed them down for no reason.
Yeah, bad times. And they ended up cancelling the Dark Knight game, if I remember rightly.
They did, yeah.
Which
that would have pulled down a shit ton of money as well.
Exactly, yeah. It's a really crappy idea, that one.
And they would have made it good. I'm pretty sure Pandemic would have made it good. But I feel like EA felt like they couldn't control them enough. Therefore, they closed them down. Absorbed them.
Yeah, which normally means that their best talents just ended up going elsewhere.
Yeah. It's a messy, it's a sticky situation.
Indeed.
But now
Let's talk about PlayStation VR.
Yes.
But
PlayStation VR is possibly coming out next year, apparently.
yeah, it looks like it. Which is cool, I suppose.
From I'm still holding out for Oculus Rift, or whatever it's called now. I can't remember. Somebody bought it. Who bought the Oculus?
Pardon? What?
Somebody bought Oculus, didn't they?
Facebook.
That's it, yeah. I knew it was somebody that I wasn't pleased with. So I might actually look more into the whole PlayStation VR now. Or the HTC Vive.
Yeah, I'd have thought that would be more down your
HTC, man.
Vive.
I tried to veer away from the HTCs once, and then it didn't work, so I went back.
Fair enough. But I'd have just thought that Valve's involvement would...
Well, yeah. But, I don't know, the PlayStation VR looks interesting. It's glowy.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's meant to be really comfortable.
What am I most attracted by? It's like, oh, is it because it's well built, or like plays good stuff? It's like, no, because it looks pretty on the outside. You won't even be looking at it. I don't know. But here we go. It's going to be powered by the PS4, obviously. Launched in 2016, and should cost around £350, which is about $600, I think.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah. It's like buying an entirely new console. But, thankfully enough, I was really concerned that all this VR stuff was going to be self-contained consoles, and you were going to have to buy games again, for a different console. But it's powered by the PS4, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is, up until... I don't know, that the PS4 by its very nature will have a limited lifespan, and I'm starting to wonder just how limited that is.
That's going to be the problem with everything now.
Well, it's not previously.
Eventually,
you've not put that much money into something like that. To put £350 into it.
Eventually, things will time out.
Pardon, sorry?
Eventually, things will time out. It's just the same as the Move or the Kinect or.
Well, no, because they're only £100 max.
Yeah, but they're not
paying more than I literally paid for the console.
They're not as vastly more advanced. Well, that's just the point, isn't it? That's its starting point. That's its initial shipping price. They will come down in price, just like the PS4 has come down in price. I mean, what's the price of PS4 started off? I know it started off in this generation cheaper than it did last generation, but I know people are paying £600 for the PS3s when they first come out. So, I don't know. The tech is there. I don't think the motion controls were as much of a leap as VR is. I think VR is actually going to be the immersive stuff that we've been waiting for quite a while. I mean, I have used an Oculus Rift, and it was surprisingly engaging. I would definitely do it again. I really would like one, because it worked. And that was like a prototype. You know, this was quite a while ago I used that now, and things have only got better.
Yeah, heck of a lot better, supposedly.
But they're trying to peg it as it is cheaper, though, saying that it may seem a lot, but when compared to the Oculus Rift, which will allegedly cost, I'm very sorry about that, $1,500 to set up, including a computer.
Yeah, it's more like £700, isn't it?
Say again.
More like £700 just for the Oculus.
Well, yeah, they're saying including a computer. They're trying to make a big deal about how this will... They're definitely trying to make a big deal about it, because they've say it will allegedly cost $1,500 to set up, including the computer, a figure of £700 to £800 for a PS4. So they're using two different denominations there to try and, because the dollars convert to higher than pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just basically putting there for the larger number, saying, look, oh yeah, if you go for the Oculus Rift, it will be this much. Just like hoping people will just glance over it and be like, oh yeah, that's a lot compared to that. It's all about comparisons and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it'd be worth it. But they're still trying to push the Move. In this picture here, you've got different people trying the VR. Look like they're having, oh wow, look at this. And then there's somebody holding a PlayStation Move ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's... Personally, I see that as a clever idea.
I don't.
Because the tech already exists, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than the alternatives that the other companies are putting out there in order to track your whereabouts within a room.
Why not just why not just forget about motion controls? The thing about gaming is the fact you don't want to have to be moving around. You want to sit there with a controller or something, or keyboard and mouse, which is why VR is so good, because it just brings out another level of immersion without the extra effort. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all lazy. I know I certainly am. So just having like a Kinect where you have to swing your arms around and stuff, it's more a party piece, where VR is something I could see using regularly. Like, yeah, you just get it, stick it on. It works.
Well, yeah, but it's all about what type of games you're playing. If you're playing, yes, a standard genre game, if you like, where you can just sit down and play it, then fair enough. But a lot of these games that they're creating nowadays are meant to be so immersive that you do need to wander around and use them in real space. In which case, you don't necessarily want your hands to be restricted to a controller. You want something that you're able to move both hands independently, which is what the Move controller will allow you to do, and for a heck of a lot less than I imagine the controllers are going to cost for the alternatives.
But the fact is that the Move controllers and everything, the Kinect, the Wii, they work kinda, but they're not. They don't fully work, especially not the Kinect and the Move.
Oh no, the Move's dead. The Move
Are you
was really
sure?
good.
Are you sure?
Hey, as somebody that owned all three, yes, the Move was a hell of a lot better than the alternatives. Even better than the Wii Motion Plus. I've
never used the Move. I just heard stories about how it didn't respond very well in certain games, like Killzone, for instance. I've used the Wii and the Kinect. And the idea of Kinect works. Like, have a VR headset with your Kinect, so you don't actually have to hold anything. You just move around. So if you like reach out, turn a handle, like say you've just got a control in one hand, and you just can use the analog stick to move around, and then just reach out and turn your hand to turn a knob on a door or something, and have the Kinect-like device recognize that. The point is, the Kinect doesn't. It's very, very finicky. It wants you to stay in a certain place. It wants you to not move around. It expects you to have like 17 arms. And I don't know. What I'm trying to say is non-physical motion control is the idea, but we haven't quite got the technology to make it work completely, so we still need that physical interface. And if you're going to have something in your hand, you might as well just have a controller for the moment.
We'll have to agree to disagree.
We might have to, yes. I have very strong opinions.
Yep. Very strong, and another thing that rhymes with strong. Wrong.
Shut up!
I'm awesome.
No, you're not.
So, 77,000
You're
Steam
never
gaming
even
accounts are
knew it.
hijacked each month. Did you know that? No. Why didn't you know that? Because who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? Everybody who's got a Steam account, which is... Oh, wait, everybody!
Well, then just don't be an idiot. Just don't...
Get Steam Guard.
Well, yeah, get Steam Guard. Just don't give your pigging stuff away to people.
Yeah, that would help as well. To be honest, says 77,000 Steam gaming accounts are hijacked each month. Is that really hijacking per se? Or is it half of them people selling their accounts on eBay? Because I know that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, they do talk about it representing a heck of a lot less than 1% of the user base.
Well, yeah, 77,000 might
still...
seem... It might seem a lot, 77,000, but you think about how many people use Steam. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I think this is just a bit of scaremongering. The thing we should mainly take away from it is do what you would do with all the other accounts. Look after them. You wouldn't go being willy-nilly with your PIN number at the cash machine or anything. You'd want to protect that. Steam is basically the same thing. In fact, Steam, you might have more money wrapped up in Steam than you currently have in your account. I mean, I have 376 games in my account. If you added up the worth of all of them, it's absolutely ridiculous. And you know, a lot of people have more than me. Basically, be careful with your accounts, guys. Just don't give them away. Don't get pulled into these scams where it's like, oh, send us your email and blah blah blah. You get a free game or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen kind of examples of some of these scams before now that they really are stupid in the majority of cases. So I wouldn't like to insult the intelligence of a lot of people watching this.
Basically, they're comparable to the Nigerian prince fishing thing scam.
But at the same time, you do occasionally come across a sophisticated option. So be careful. Just don't be an idiot, I think, is a decent mantra for life. Just
don't engage with anything that you're not absolutely sure on. And if you see something like your account has been compromised or something, send us your details. You shouldn't be sending your details to anywhere anyway. But if you're unsure about anything, it'd probably be best to contact Steam and Valve directly. Same goes for any of your other accounts. Contact their legitimate customer service, because if they have a grievance with you or anything, then they will tell you there and then. Otherwise, you'll be able to report the badness.
Exactly.
So yeah, Rational Gamers actually being rational for once, telling people look after your accounts and.
I'm always rational. Every argument I make is rational.
I'm talking about your arguments. I was talking about the games you play.
Everything I play is rational.
You played a game where you fucked a dinosaur.
It was never specifically stated that I fucked him.
It said something about anal.
It definitely didn't say anything about anal.
It did!
It did not say anything about anal.
The green dinosaur at the end of thing.
It did not say anything about anal. Why would it go into anal? Why would it have to go into anal? Why would it have to specify anal?
I don't know. I think it was inferred.
It definitely wasn't specified, and that's what I'm arguing.
You are male. It definitely said that you got it on with him.
It may have suggested that I may have touched something or put something somewhere, but it did not state that I had sex with him.
Everything but.
That's not what I'm saying. But yes. And I would never, and I want this on record, I would never fuck a dinosaur. No matter how much,
Well, to be fair,
you spent on me.
Because dinosaurs have been extinct for 6 million years now.
Well, I mean, if that helps my arguments, then I'm willing to...
Can we get back to the topic? You play weird games. And let's get
by
to
the way, I was talking to a couple of gents at work about Nick's Rational Drug Simulator, because they're really on board with it. This is
it's not my
hi guys
drug simulator.
They are definitely on board with it. I'm thinking possibly angel investments, that kind of level of investment at this point. But we also came up with another idea, which I want to run past you. Now, the concept is that you are a gent with a Geiger counter. Okay?
Right.
You've got your headset on and stuff. You basically have to find the source of the radiation. You get closer to it. Obviously, your Geiger counter's going crazy. You have to move stuff out of the way, kind of physics, room thing. And then if you're too slow, your vision might start to blur. You might start to get lightheaded, not able to concentrate and things. And it wouldn't necessarily be the longest game in the world, but I think it could be a good one. What do you think?
Was that your whole pitch?
That's the game.
I thought you were going to go somewhere embarrassing with that, because that's a fucking good idea.
I know.
That's actually really, really interesting. That's the kind of thing that I was saying about the whole drug thing with the blurry thing, and you've got it bang on there. That's actually really, really good. Kind of have a tense, almost like horror-esque feeling, because your Geiger counter's going crazy. You have to move things out of the way, and and it would be procedurally generated as well, wouldn't it? So you have to find a different way every time.
Random. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, exactly. We spin gold on this program.
I do like that idea. Hey, okay, that one. If you want to make that game, feel free. Feel free to make that game. Send me a VR, and I will play it on the channel.
Yep, either that or Nick's Rational Drug Simulator. Either of them. We are both totally on board, and
I'm on board.
We'll possibly pay you money if you're willing to make it.
And again, I've been playing a lot of Fallout lately, so
exactly. So that's why he's both on board with drugs and radioactivity.
Just the radioactivity. Moving on. Steam has had a database leak, which apparently reveals a bunch of games which will be coming to Steam, including Half-Life 3. They are now trolling us. They just put that there because apparently these leaks are quite frequent. That's how people find out what's coming out on Steam. So it's a good chance. Valve just said, "Oh yeah, stick that one in there," and then watch the internet explode. Yeah. But it doesn't explode nearly as much as it used to, because we've come to expect there's Half-Life 3 news. Not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not really an interesting one in there. The one that interests me in there is Sonic Boom. Just why on earth would that come to another system?
There are a few in there which confuse me a little bit. Like, everyone's gone to the Rapture. I thought that was out on PC anyway.
No, PS4.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of a PS4 only at the moment.
Yeah, no, I was just pretty sure I'd seen it on Steam before. Nope. I can't look it up. My Steam's not loading. Everybody? Everything is black and white. What the fuck is that?
It's definitely not on there.
What? Oh, fair enough. Okay, I'm more interested in this other thing now. Everything is black and white. It's.
I mean, that
looks like an interesting game.
I mean, is that a racism sim?
No, it's not a racism sim. It's a sim. Ah, that's interesting. It's kind of like a simple block-based puzzle game where you change the colour of everything. Everything's either black or white, like the background and everything around it. You've got like spikes and doorways and stuff. When the background is, say, black, you can move through everything that's black, including spikes, but including blocks you might have to jump on, and vice versa.
Yeah, it looks interesting, but it looks
simple as fuck. But
yeah, I'm not sure that it would be. I don't feel like it would be that much fun. I don't feel like it would last that long.
I didn't say it would be fun. I said it would be interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush onto that one.
Oh no, I wasn't even looking for that one. I just it's interesting. I've seen that mechanic before, but Earth Defense Force 4.1. We've played Earth Defense Force before, and ironically, I genuinely liked it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid as hell.
I wouldn't play it on my own, but it's definitely fun to play with someone else.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
mental.
Yeah, just trying to destroy just
Giant
thousands of ants.
Yeah.
There's just nothing else in the surroundings. It will literally just be thousands of ants.
And the game is so low res as well. It's it looks like no effort was put into it, but it's just fun.
Yeah, it's one of those that kind of at one point it was seen as being one of those hidden classics that barely anybody had heard of and whatever else. And nowadays there are so many of them and everybody has played them.
Yeah.
It feels like it's taken the charm out of it.
Maybe,
being
yeah.
able to introduce somebody to it.
To be fair, I did play it. You introduced me to it quite a while ago. So it's probably back in the time when it was still like, oh yeah, this is cool and novelty.
Yeah, it was a right cool thing.
Bad Rats Show. That's not to do with the game just called Bad Rats.
There is a notoriously poor game called Bad Rats.
Yeah, commonly referred to as the worst game on Steam. And it's still on Steam.
Is it?
Bad Rats, The Rat's Revenge.
Bad time.
Why is it still on there? Look, it's so bad.
If you want to look at a
God
decent
awful.
game that uses the black and white thing of that other game that you were just pointing out, check out a game called Runbow. It's
Runbow.
Yep, it's a Wii U exclusive eShop title, like a multiplayer platformer, and it's just ridiculous. Kind of the background will change into any number of different colours.
Yeah.
And as it does so, platforms will disappear depending on what colour they were. So you constantly have to pay attention to the colour of the background and where you are platforming to. But then it's meant to be a multiplayer game, so you can have up to 8 players, I think.
Interesting.
And yes, 8 players. And obviously they can all be platforming at the same time, so you're trying to kind of battle with them to be the last person alive. But then at the same time, you can also have a version of it where you have, say, 3 players running around, one person with the Wii U gamepad, changing the colour of the platform as they see fit, changing the colour of the backgrounds as they see fit.
Oh, cool.
So trying to help or hinder different players. It looks really good. I really want to play it.
I just got eaten by Vladimir Putin.
I see. I hear that can be an issue. But
I've just gone on side playing a game called Agario. Just like we're doing a webcast, because I'm unprofessional apparently. That I saw somebody play before, and it looked simple but fun. And what it is you're playing like balls, eating other balls. Basically, you know the first section in Spore.
yeah.
It's basically a simplified version of that, if that was possible.
Oh, I know which game you're talking about. Yeah, but it's massively multiplayer.
Yeah, you got other people coming around trying to eat you, and just got eaten again. And there was a guy whose big ball had the Russian flag and quite a really detailed picture of animated picture of Vladimir Putin on. It's actually really interesting. In a strange way. Yeah, if you want to play a good game, though, internet game, go and play Flood Runners. I haven't played that one in a while, but it's really good.
I've never heard of it.
Flood Runners? Really good. Basically, a constantly running game, but you are running away from a flood. But it's just got a really good charm to it. It's like loads of different stuff that you can interact with and do. Being chased by a banana. Oh shit. Being chased by Mickey Mouse. Sorry. There is not that much really good news this week. Therefore, we're just kind of talking a bit of shit.
Yeah, largely. There's
as if we don't every week.
Yeah, they really have been struggling for stuff to talk about this week. I'm not overly sure why there's that complete lack of news this week. Obviously, we're coming up to Christmas, but
Christmas pre-release drought.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stuff on the horizon. Well, no, most games have come out now as well.
Oh shit!
There's just nothing left.
Everything has already come out. Now I'm being chased by the Ukraine. What the actual fuck?
Fair enough.
It's just basically the Ukrainian flag, and its name is Ukraine. Stalin just got eaten. This game's mental.
Yeah, that's the thing about that game, is that there's always somebody bigger than you.
Yeah, I just ate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on to our last topic before we, lose everyone. You remember a game called Star Wars 1313?
Yes, I do, Nick.
Wasn't exactly talking to you, I was talking to everybody, but, fair enough. Well, it got cancelled quite a while ago. Seems like it might possibly be on its way back? Question mark?
Maybe. I mean, there's been no definite word on it, obviously.
Well, no.
Otherwise we'd be saying that. But I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one in that they've just said that they're not against looking into it again.
Which would be interesting because it did actually look like a half-decent game.
Yeah, I think Battlefront maybe didn't do as well as they wanted it to.
Yeah.
They are fully aware that they really need to have a decent Star Wars game.
I've heard so many complaints about Battlefront.
Pardon, sorry?
I've heard so many complaints about Battlefront, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, nobody's really talking about that game positively. It's unsurprising. There's not a massive amount to say about it because there's not a massive amount of it.
No.
Especially not for a full-price game.
There's that one bit that everybody played in the beta and everything else is just kind of Vegemite.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's... what are you going to do? I don't know.
When they come for you, bad boys, bad boys.
Indeed. So instead, they have understandably been questioned about a decent-looking Star Wars game, Star Wars 1313. Kind of a very gritty look at the Star Wars universe, which is cool.
Indeed.
And to an extent, that looks to be what Disney will be doing with the next Star Wars game. The next Star Wars film, whatever that's called.
Which one? The Force Awakens?
No, the next one.
Yeah, the other one. Rogue One?
Rogue One, that's it.
Yeah, I was just about to say Disney have announced that they will be basically making Star Wars films until they don't make money anymore.
Yeah.
Which is kind of worrying. Because that's basically admitting, we're going to run this into the ground.
Yeah, they absolutely are, which is which is exactly what's happening with the Marvel universe at the moment.
Well, Marvel planned to have a crap ton of stuff, like an interconnector, and it's all made by different people and has unique stuff and everything. But Star Wars is kind of, it's a big universe, but the way they said it seems to me like they're just gonna run it into the ground. Like they're just like, okay, we've got this property now, let's wring it out for all it's worth.
Maybe so. It's definitely worrying, especially because they want to do it one every year.
Yeah.
That's worrying for me more than anything else.
Basically becoming the film equivalent of EA.
Yeah, maybe so. Which really would be bad. Star Wars is a geek darling, and something that I think a lot of people are very protective about. But at the same time, we've been starved of a decent Star Wars film in so long. People are willing to hope that somebody new will be able to do something good with it.
But people have also got so, pissed off with the existing fact that there's so much tie-in stuff and the commercialization of it that this just is another nail.
Mm-hmm.
That's what concerns me most of all. The fact that Star Wars is a really fun thing. It can be really interesting, but all I can think about is, like I said before, that it's being run into the ground somewhat.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's not a massive amount that anybody's going to do with it now. It's Disney have got it, and they will do what they need to do
to make the monies.
Yeah, but to be fair, they did make Avengers, didn't they?
Yeah, Avengers was really, really good.
So, yeah, based on that, maybe they'll do a good job.
Maybe. Well, we just need to see how the new film comes out, which comes out on the 17th in this country.
Yes, it certainly does.
Are we getting it before the US this time?
I have no idea.
Because I thought it would come out on the 18th in the States.
I genuinely don't know. I'd be surprised if that was the case.
That's a weird thing. We've got quite a few films that have done that. I think the Avengers did that.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Which is weird, yeah.
Very weird.
This is a gaming webcast, we promise.
Yeah, so they're looking at this game, 1313. 1313 did look good. It was the first game that kind of really interested me since The Force Awakens.
The first Force Awakens was good-ish. Had a lot of faults, but The Force Awakens 2 sucked ass.
Yeah, I think I did the wrong thing with the first Force Awakens. I played it on the Wii.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my god, why would you do such a thing?
Controls, which was
why would you do such a thing? I mean, on the face of it, that sounds like a really good idea. Oh yeah, I can swing around my Wii remote like it's a lightsaber. But it just didn't have the graphical fidelity or the capability to do everything that the game wanted.
Yeah, it was pretty poor. But Star Wars 1313 wouldn't be handicapped in such a way. It could make a really interesting game, and it probably would make a really interesting game in the hands of the right developer.
Indeed. But, they're becoming thin and far between at the moment.
But it would be interesting. I mean, to me, it feels very much like an Uncharted game, but set in the Star Wars universe.
Well, it's set in more like a grittier part of the Star Wars universe, like the literally underworld of Coruscant, in a completely unseen part, and it'll give you an insight into the smugglers and basically the Han Solos, and see what drives them to become like that, away from the eyes of the high-up Jedi and their towers and the Senate and everything. I think it'd be interesting, but as always, they cancelled things, and unfortunately we haven't heard any more until now, but hopefully it comes back in some way, shape or form.
Yeah, maybe so. But the obvious, I think, next game for Disney would be to just make a piloting game, a flying game, a space game, similar to Rogue Squadron, ready for Rogue One. And I think that's probably what's going to happen, really.
That would work. I remember I played a Star Wars game very long ago, and I'm aware there's been a bunch of games like this, but you had to do the trench run, and that actually did it quite well. I can't remember what it's called, though.
Was it on the GameCube?
Oh god, no.
Oh, fair enough.
It's probably on PC.
Fair enough. Just purely because kind of one of the best versions of that was on the GameCube.
Yeah.
Rogue Squadron was really, really well done.
I liked Dark Forces. It was
Fair enough. Yeah, I did.
Star Wars FPS.
Yeah, I have seen bits of that. It looked it looked gross if I remember rightly, but that's judging it on modern.
Yeah, it was a really old game,
Yeah.
so it didn't exactly look good, but it played well, as far as I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it might be rose-tinted nostalgia talking, but I don't know, I should play it again. It's hard to get it's hard to get a decent viewpoint on these old games, especially today when everything's so much shinier and.
Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the issues of growing old. We are kind of getting to that point now where you talk about an older game, you feel like it was fantastic, and you go back to it and realise that it was just a load of blocks, shooting blocks at blocks.
Although it is good to go back to a game and realise, oh yeah, this is as good as I remember.
Yeah, but that does not happen as often as I'd like. Certainly not after my jaded playthrough of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
A lot of people like that game.
No,
including you.
Like
Come on.
I don't anymore. God.
Have you finished it, by the way?
No, I'm now on the.
How the hell long is that game?
To be honest, I'm not massive. I'm very close to the end of the story, at least.
You're
on the kind of joint playthrough now at the very end.
As per yet, you have not uploaded. Well, you've not released all of the videos that you've got up to, and you've done quite a few videos on it so far. So you can look forward to lots and lots of Sonic in the future. Just promise not to play Sonic Boom if it comes out on PC, like that report says it might.
Yeah, I think I'd like to actually play the original version on the Wii U, which had the Knuckles jump glitch, where Knuckles was able to infinitely jump. As long as you paused mid-jump and then restarted again and then did the jump off, you would just be able to constantly jump.
Why do you need to do that? Knuckles can fucking fly in your game.
Yeah, for that reason you're able to get through something like a third of the game, or only have to play a third of the actual time by effectively jumping through the majority of it.
Sounds like a few games I know that's had a few exploits where you can just drop down in a certain place as soon as you start the game. I think Quake 2 was a big one for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just like drop down in a certain area and you can just bounce off walls and get to the exit way sooner.
Oh, that sounds good. I've never played any of the Quake games.
None at all?
No.
Are you high?
No, I've never been high and will never take drugs. That is not something that anybody in the rational gamers would ever consider doing.
That is true.
Wink.
You're an asshat.
Do you not think that was a good nod to the drug game?
No.
Fair enough. Sorry, carry on. What were you saying?
I can't remember now.
Fine. You were talking about how I'm high because I've never played Quake.
Oh, yeah. Seriously, you've never played any of the Quake games? Not even
not
Quake 1. You know, everybody has to play Quake 1 at least. I know a lot of people didn't like Quake 2. And Quake 3... Quake 3 was pretty crappy because it was an arena shooter. And Quake 4 came as part of that period of id we don't really talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm playing through Quake 4 and I'm kind of enjoying it. But, you know, it came around the same time as Doom 3, and Doom 3, from what I played of it, was utter bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Are any of the Quake games actually still kind of live in terms of players online?
You mean like Quake 3? I think Quake 3 has still got people.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's Quake 3 Arena. Welcome to Quake 3 Arena!
Because there's Quake Live as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm not sure that did too well.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of just drifted away into the ether.
Because I would quite like to play a decent online shooter.
Play Planetfall. Planetfall?
Planetfall?
No, not Planetfall. Planetside 2.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
apparently pretty good.
Free to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's on PlayStation 4 as well as PC.
It is? Interesting. Well, not for me, but for you. Because I don't have a PlayStation 4. Because I'm apparently a tard.
What? How does that follow?
I don't know. It's just... I just figure that's what you're thinking.
How? You've always been so anti-console.
Well, that's why I figured you'd think I'm an idiot.
Why?
Because
you make a different choice to me. That doesn't make you wrong.
You're very console focused, and I'm all about the PC.
Meh. I'm happy to have my foot in both universes. I like playing on PC just as much as I play on console. I probably play more on PC at the moment.
This is good. 4chan's
Yeah,
coming to eat me.
What? Why? What have you done now? How have you pissed off 4chan?
I don't know, because I'm smaller than them.
Oh, okay. You're still playing the game.
Yeah.
I just thought you'd pissed off 4chan for some reason in this.
Yes. Do you really have to do anything to piss off 4chan other than exist?
Well, not if you look at a lot of live Let's Players.
Why?
Because quite often they have like 4chan just invade their playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just piss about with them.
They're like, hi, we're 4chan. You're fucking dead now.
Well, yeah, but they try and find out as much as they can to freak out the player while they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll like suddenly put up pictures of their I don't know, family and whatever else.
Just put up a
Start
picture
talking
of them
about
and
how
say,
they're going to do horrible, disgusting things.
do they just do something like put up a picture of them and say, we're coming for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
4chan are fucking insane.
Yeah, they'll like find where you are in the world.
And I say 4chan as if they're a group. It's just a forum place, isn't it? I don't know. I've never actually ventured onto 4chan. I don't really want to.
Have you not? Fair enough.
No. I know you go down and have a look occasionally, but it's heard it mental, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just douchebags, really.
Yeah, but...
Come at me, bro.
This is a community of people, not an organisation. It's not like Anonymous. You pissed off Anonymous and they're coming after you. It's just people who happen to like fucking around with people.
I don't know. I think Anonymous are kind of in the same ballpark, in that they are just a really loose knit group of
but
random online people.
At least they are actually a kind of organisation.
I don't know. There are loads of different factions within Anonymous. In this, yeah.
I haven't looked into it a greatly huge amount.
Fair enough.
Ah, the chicken ran away from me, and now France is trying to eat me.
France.
This game's insane. Just simply because of the things people make their little round avatars as. You know, like one person had a chicken, I was trying to eat the chicken, and then France is huge, and then France tried to start eating us.
Meh.
Go play this game. It's really simple and quite fun, actually.
I might do it I have played that game.
Have you?
Yeah. Of course I have.
Facebook is tiny.
Yeah, I played it a while ago. I think somebody pointed it out on Reddit at some point.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a go on it. I didn't really kind of get into it, but I was playing it on my mobile, which I felt didn't help at the time.
No, I can't imagine it would. Hello, Facebook. Facebook's just sitting there. Eat him! Yeah! We're just killing time now. We ran out of topics about 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I did just have to think to myself whether we were still recording. Anyway, so we've been the Rational Gamers, you know? We've done the rational stuff, we've done the gaming stuff, even did stuff that wasn't gaming stuff. We've
talked
done
about
it.
We've
We've been there, we've talked about it, we've seen things.
We've
seen
been
things
there,
you won't
we've
even
done
know.
that, we kicked its ass.
Yeah, you
Name the
can't
film.
talk.
Name
We've
the
done
film.
these things. Also, have you heard about
Name the film.
Shia LaBeouf?
No, name the film.
What? I wasn't listening. Shia LaBeouf is Shia LaBeouf. Whatever. He's in Liverpool at the moment.
Is he?
The other day, he was taking calls. I think he might even still be doing so. He's taking calls from the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like running a call centre.
What?
If you phone a certain number, you'll get through to Shia LaBeouf.
Hang on.
I'm not even joking. You guys can't do it now because it'll have ended. But
Hang on.
I'll send you the phone number if you want to call him.
Yes! Let's do it. Call Shia LaBeouf! Please call Shia LaBeouf!
I mean, I can do it if you want me to.
Yeah, go on.
But
Personally, I
don't.
I don't really like the guy in his films, but you know, just for shits and giggles, just try it.
Okay, 1 second. 01518080771.
Hi, can I talk to Shia LaBeouf? I can't
What
say
would you even say
twice.
to him?
What?
What would you say to him?
Hi, is that Mr. LaBeouf?
Well, yeah, once you'd established who it was.
Can you say rational gamers sort of win? Did you get through?
I'm through.
Holy fucking shit.
The reason there are crowds of people standing around them, it literally is an art installation.
Yeah.
This is art. These people sitting around this computer talking to people live, this is art.
Well, art is subjective.
Hmm.
He's leaving.
No. No, Shea, no.
No!
Don't leave me.
Shyla, no!
I need the toilet, but I'm not going.
Well, off you got through now. Tell him to come back! Somebody's just got a present.
Nice.
I want a present. Do you think everybody who's got in through to the other two people are just basically saying, "Hi, can I talk to Shyla? Can you wave at the camera?" God, there's going to have to be so many edits.
Hello, this is LaBeouf. I'm Santa. Can you touch my soul?
I would like to try. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you very much. How are you finding the installation so far?
Can you touch my soul?
I would like to try. I'm going to ask you a question. It involves teleportation. If you were destroyed at one end and then teleported elsewhere, your body and consciousness are all transferred to another dimension, another space, but the original you is destroyed. Do you feel that you would be destroyed, or do you feel that it is just you carrying on to the next place?
That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't seem very interested in my question, and they specifically didn't answer it.
Because your question was fucking mental.
And Shia LaBeouf wasn't even there.
I know!
I bet he'd have answered it.
So did you speak to both the woman and the man?
Yeah, they were both on at the same time.
So if Shyla was a...
I just spoke to Shia.
What the actual fuck?!
Yep.
That is such bad timing!
He's back!
Oh my fucking god! That is not cool!
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's brilliant. That's literally... That's fantastic. That is the funniest thing.
That just as he got through, he was not present.
Yep. Yep, the person I tried to talk to wasn't there, and the other two were very unresponsive to my question. I was trying to touch their soul, and their minds, and possibly their hearts.
What did she say? Do you want to touch my soul?
Pardon? No, it was, can you touch my soul?
Oh.
They were asking me to try and touch their soul. So I tried to ask them a deep philosophical question.
Every rose has a thorn.
Every rose has its thorn.
Like every day has its dawn.
And every cowboy sings a sad song.
Why is the reason...
Every rose has its thorn.
Do you want to know the reason we both know the lyrics to that song?
Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was on touchmysoul.net, and they are currently at Liverpool, one of their galleries. I don't know which one. I don't really care.
Art gallery.
They're there, and they're talking to people, but they're not really talking to people. They really don't care. They sound fed up, which I imagine you would be fed up. But when somebody asks you a question, you'd think they'd answer.
They were just like, yeah, that's a stupid question. Bye.
So anyway, that was Marty and Nick
Hi.
from the Rational Gamers.
We didn't talk to Shia LaBeouf.
We didn't. We tried to, desperately tried to talk to Shia LaBeouf, but just as I was about to talk to him, he walked off.
Yeah.
Needed to go to the loo. Just like me.
By the way, I've been recording the footage. I'm going to put that up.
What, the whole thing? Marty tries to talk to Shyla.
Yeah.
Fair enough. With no luck.
I can't believe that. That's...
Anyway, I'm going to go. Because I really need to loo. Like, desperately. Anyway, so, this has been Rational Marty, Rational Nick, Rational Gamers. We've been talking to you about stuff.
Because there's no news this week.
Yep, sorry about that. Maybe there'll be more news next week. Maybe not. Probably not. So we'll just talk to you about other stuff instead. Yeah.
What celebrity can we try and phone next week?
I'm just going to carry on trying to talk to Shia LaBeouf. Talk to you again soon, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Oh, God, I need the loo.